Every evening at exactly 9:14, a light came on in the empty house across the street. The problem was that house had been locked up for almost 3 years. Megan was the first to notice it. She lived across the street and remembered the previous owner, Mr. Harris, very well. After he moved away, the house was put up for sale, but no one ever bought it. Every now and then a real estate agent would stop by, check on the property and leave. Then one evening Megan saw a light glowing in an upstairs window. She assumed the house had finally been sold. But the next morning there was no car in the driveway, no trash cans outside, and no sign that anyone had moved in. At 9:14 that evening the light came on again. On the third night Megan watched the clock. 9:13. The window was dark. 9:14. The light came on. A few minutes later it went out. And it kept happening every single night. Megan told her neighbor Jake about it. He suggested there was probably a timer inside the house. It sounded reasonable until Jake reminded her that the electricity had been disconnected months ago. Megan decided to call the real estate agent whose number was still posted outside. His name was Daniel. When she asked him about the upstairs light, he thought she must have been mistaken. Daniel explained that the house was definitely empty. In fact, he was bringing potential buyers there the next day. Megan asked him to check the upstairs room. Around noon the following day, she saw Daniel's car pull up. He entered the house with a young couple. About 15 minutes later the couple came back outside. Daniel stayed behind. When he finally stepped out, he immediately looked across the street at Megan's house. A few minutes later her phone rang. Daniel told her he'd found something strange. There was a small table lamp in the upstairs room. It was connected to an old portable battery hidden behind a cabinet. But there was no timer. Someone had to be turning the lamp on manually. Daniel checked the doors and windows, but couldn't find any obvious sign that someone had been regularly entering the house. Before leaving, he took the lamp and the battery with him. Megan was certain it was over. At 9:14 that evening, the window remained dark. She finally felt relieved. But the next evening, something happened that she wasn't expecting. At exactly 9:14, a light came on again. This time it was downstairs. Megan immediately called Daniel. He returned with the owner of the property. They searched the house carefully and found an old box of documents in a kitchen cabinet. Inside was a note left by Mr. Harris before he moved away. It explained that every evening at 9:14, he used to turn on a light for his daughter, Emily. She often worked late, and whenever she came home, she would look for that glowing window. It meant her father was home. It meant someone was waiting for her. After moving away, Mr. Harris had asked his old friend Robert to stop by occasionally and turn on the lamp. He believed the house would sell quickly, but the years passed, and Robert kept coming back. Daniel found his phone number among the documents and called him. When Robert answered, there was a long silence. Then he explained why he had never stopped. He had promised his friend that he would keep turning on the light until the house had a family again. 2 months later, a young couple bought the house. On their first evening there, Megan looked at the clock. It was 9:14. A light came on in the upstairs window. This time Megan smiled. There was finally someone there to turn it on for.